Yuppie Psycho is over, which means it is time to begin something new. And what I wish to begin is Pillars of Eternity. Made by Obsidian. So, this game's going to be like Baldur's Gate, but I don't want to say better. More elegantly designed, perhaps. Anyway, let's begin a new game. I'm going to be playing on easy because I don't give a fuck. I'm not on story time, though, because I don't want to, I don't know, just roll through everything. You know what I mean? Ooh. It's a shiny green rock. Ooh. Weird stone face. Hold on, I have a cat trying to eat a cord. Oh, no. I looked at him. I gave him the stink eye. And now he's trying to attack a lunchbox, which is fine. Nothing in the cat owning code says that you can't attack a lunchbox.
Go blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Curses. Already then. But who are we? I feel okay playing a lady, but we are not a fighter. Humans. The Aedir Empire, Old Valia and the Valian Republics. Can I click on these? Hey! I can learn more things about these! 14 Dukes. Duke's Bells. Deerwood. Colonial nation founded by settlers in the Aedir Empire, following a series of conflicts with Aedir. Wait. What? Oh, the territory became independent and is now ruled by a duke himself, who is elected by 7 earls that oversee its earldoms. Okay, cool. The Amawa? Largest of the Kith races, commonly found in or near oceans. Though not truly aquatic, they have an affinity for water. Many of their civilizations, such as the Rautai, are based on naval dominance. They are known for their unparalleled strength. Groovy. Dwarfs. By virtue of land covered in a number of colonies settled, dwarves are the most well-traveled race in the world. Okay, so they're just sort of all over the place. I can dig it. Elves. Air Glanfath, the white that wends, and are extremely common in the Deerwood and Aedir. Elves are known for their speed and intelligence, as well as commonly isolationist nature. Huh. Air Glanfath is a territory comprised of forests southeast of the Bale River, populated indigenously by groups of loosely affiliated tribes of the Glan, collectively known as the Glanfathans, and governed by a council of its 6 most powerful tribes. Air Glanfath is home to a large number of ruined Ingwithian sites, which Glanfathans hold sacred. The ruins have been at the center of a number of large-scale conflicts with Deerwoodian colonists, whose settlements often encroach on Glanfathan territory, and who frequently seek to plunder the ruins for their ancient relics. Orlans are the smallest of Kith races, though many cultures don't consider them to be civilized at all. Also notable for their large ears, two-toned skin, and hirsute bodies, Orlans are commonly found in Air Glanfath, the Ixamadal Plains, and the parts of Deerwood that are known for their mental intensity and sharp senses. Godlikes. Okay. The godlike are children of the Kith, who have been blessed with physical aspects associated with the gods, though some do not consider this a blessing. These aspects may take many forms and often come with mystical powers. Aberrant head shapes are typical, and godlike are unable to wear protective headgear, as it is near impossible to find anything that fits. Because of their unusual nature and their inability to reproduce, godlike are often viewed with fear and wonder. We'll be playing an elf. We will not be a fighter. Wood Elf, distant advantage. And against enemies that are more than 4 meters away, Wood Elves gain bonuses to accuracy, deflection, and reflex. That's pretty cool. But I think I'd rather be a Pale Elf. Polar regions appear to be among the most stationary ethnic groups in the known world, migrating within the polar region but seldom venturing far north. They are rare in all northern lands, and most people consider them exotic, if they have even seen it all. Well, the character that I envision does... Let's go on an adventure. Home is boring. Fuck home. Let's go places. Let's do things. Now, among the classes that are available, if I remember correctly, only the barbarian, rogue, and monk are not represented in classes you can find among companions, which strikes me as strange. Still, I'm down with playing a decent rogue. Rogues are vicious killers, feared for the brutality of their attacks. They can be found as often in dark back alleys of the heart of battlefield skirmishes. Though unpredictable and undisciplined, rogues are commonly used as shock troops, or as part of a surprise assault, their withering attacks breaking enemy ranks and morale. Rogues tend to congregate in larger numbers in cities, where they can be steadily employed as mercenaries or hired muscle. We get a bonus to stealth and mechanics. And we get bonus damage on anyone who's blinded, flanked, hobbled, paralyzed, petrified, prone, stuck, stunned, or weakened. But we're going to have very low endurance, low health, very high accuracy, and low deflection. I don't know what deflection is. Defense used to resist direct melee and ranged attacks. Okay. And endurance is sort of like short-term survivability, and then your health is your long-term survivability. If you run out of endurance, you get knocked unconscious for a fight, and if you run out of health, you die. Maimed or killed, depending on the game settings. Thankfully, no one can die, but if everybody goes down, then game's over, dude. Way to go, nerd. Alright, and we will be a rogue with the blinding strike. Okay, let's send out some attributes. I don't intend to be attacked, so I am going to dump resolve pretty hard. I don't know, what does concentration do? Have their spells or attacks interrupted. Oh, interesting. Intellect is recommended for a rogue. Constitution is not recommended, but I don't want to dump it too hard. But I want that big perception. I'm going to be very, very clever. Clever and fast. Oh, maybe I don't have to dump Constitution as much as I thought. Yeah, there we go. This looks decent. This looks pretty good. I'm so fucking good at seeing. It's gonna be stupid. That being said, I'm going to have to do my best to not be seen. My concentration is so low that if someone sneezes on me, I'll forget what I was doing. But yeah, that's the way I see this character working out. Just like they don't have a very good resolve. They get distracted. That's why they're out on this adventure. They were too bored with home. They couldn't pay attention to what they were doing. But we'll hit pretty hard. Get some pretty good action speed. What's the benefit of intellect? Contributes to our will defense. Oh, that'll make up for for our terrible resolve. Durations and area of effect for all abilities and talents. Okay, so it'll increase the so this is a talent? Once per encounter. Yeah, but what is it? No, but is it an attack? Is it a talent? Whatever, fuck it. I like what we got going on. It seems to be just an ability. Whatever. Okay, and our culture. The Adir Empire is currently the largest and most powerful force in this part of the world, centered around the equator and has tropical climates. Deadfire Archipelago, consisting of the nation of Nasitak, dozens of Amwa settlements, and hundreds of lawless pirate-infested islands. No. The white that wins. I don't make the rules. I think we're just from the white that wins, because we are the snow elves. Old Valia, Exotic Plains, Double Clubs, yeah. The Deadfire Archipelago. Nope, we're from the white that wins. It is home to many hardy species of dangerous animals that forage from the sea or prey upon each other to survive. As such, we're going to have a perception of 20. We're going to be so fucking good at seeing. Our accuracy, our interrupt, our reflex. Nothing escapes my sight. Aristocrat? No. Explorer? Technically. Maybe? Unclear. Laborer. Mystic? Drifter. You never quite fit in no matter where you go. Each new town is just a place to rest briefly before moving on to the next. You're more comfortable on the road, traveling the world. Beautiful. What do we got for hairs? Ooh, ponytail's nice. Fucking snow elf mohawk? No, I definitely want hair. If you're from the frigid Northlands, you put fucking hair on your head. There we go. I think that's good. Just sort of like, what day is it? What year is it? Yeah, sure, I'm down with that. Female noble? No.
I'm here.
I'll lead the way. Let's go.
Quietly now.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna be a decent sort. I don't like to make the computer people sad. Behold this implementation of DraxxKraven. To the Gilded Veil. Let's make some fucking money! The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you are planning a stroll through those ruins up there. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks.
I was about to say, I don't think they'd be happy to do it. It seems more like, well, maybe this guy seems a bit more Adir-ish, so he probably doesn't have too much affection for the Glonfothans.
Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out.
Got it.
Understood?
So the last thing we want to do is fuck things up in the final leg of the journey.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day.
Got it.
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker. But see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Lanky, intense man named Sparfle. Where can I find those
They
berries?
grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
No, I know what the ruins are. Well, let's see what he thinks what the ruins
Nothing
are.
you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
Well, who did build the ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Fair enough. Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business,
Fair enough.
and not if the weather holds up.
What kind of weather do we get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never care to.
Okay, so every once in a while we get a little ghost tornado, a solnado, if you will. What are the weird green rocks?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
Fair enough. No, I don't think there are Audra on the White That Wins.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason.
Huh.
Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
About to say, I don't suspect that has much to do with caravanning, but I'll go get some berries.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
Whatever makes you feel tough, Odima.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
She needs to find some spring berries. Watch that she doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Fair enough.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
It's no trouble.
Oop. I don't suspect I want to be lockpicking for something that is in mine. What do we got here? Tier wooden clothing, lockpicks, yoink. Fucking big yoink. Yeah, no way, I can click on people? Wild.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
I do love sundries. What is this? Plus 35 endurance over 12 seconds. Okay. Huh. Man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
Oops. Scratches one cheek with his knuckle. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies.
What do you got? Crossbow, greatsword, hunting bow, pike, battle axe, and all sorts of funny things. Groovy. Gon's Pledge. I don't know why I start with that, but hey, whatever. I ain't gonna. Oh man, I can just retrain my character if I have enough money. That's pretty cool. Oh, and I do have some cash.
Something else you need? I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
And the tutorial just saying, gold can be traded for goods and services. You don't say. With an outlook like that, I'm sure you'll do well. You have one rank and a disposition reputation. Even seemingly nasty reputations will be favored by some people, and benign reputations often bring out the worst in others. No disposition is inherently good or bad in the Pillars of Eternity, but if your main character is a priest or paladin, you must be careful not to misalign their disposition with what is favored by their deity. For the main character only, their dispositions will modify the effects of Holy Radiance, the faith and conviction of paladins. Noted. I'm not sure. Tell me more about the Adir Empire.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire, a fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
I think this gray dialogue is dialogue that I'm getting because of my high perception score. I'm going to notice a lot of weird shit. And there's one perception score. See, the reason I'm dumping everything into perception is because there's one attribute roll at the end of the game that I failed in my first and only playthrough. And I want to see what I was missing. Well, I better go. And I better go. So we'll see you next time on Pillars of Eternity as Draxxette gets some berries for her very upset tummy. Good night, y'all.